Hello, my name is Brian, and I'm here today to inform you about the influenza virus, also known as the flu. I'm also here today to kind of introduce you to ways and also remind you of the different ways of prevention and to help you stop from actually catching the flu possibly in the future. Influenza is a yearly problem and can easily be prevented by simple few steps and prevention methods from yourself and others. Some things I want to discuss is, what exactly is the influenza virus? Also, some everyday preventive techniques to help you and your family prevent the spread of the actual virus itself. Also, I'd like to go over how important it is that you actually receive your annual flu vaccination. So starting off, you can't even begin to think of good preventive measures of a virus unless you know exactly what virus it is you're talking about. So what is influenza? Influenza, or the flu, is a contagious respiratory illness caused by the influenza virus. The virus can cause mild to severe symptoms, and at times can even lead to death in the more severe cases. Symptoms can include fever, stomach aches, sore throats, fatigue, headaches, soreness, typical cold-like symptoms. The flu is spread mainly through droplets in the air that are spread by people coughing or sneezing in the vicinity of others. These droplets in the air are normally inhaled or ingested into the body, causing the spread of the actual virus itself. The flu is unpredictable, and the severeness can vary from season to season. During the seasons, children and the elderly adults are normally at a higher risk of the more severe cases of the flu, if you will. Between 1996 and 2006, deaths from the flu have actually ranged from the 3,000s to almost 49,000 people in one season. So now that you have a little bit of an idea of what the influenza virus actually is, let's look at some of the actual appropriate preventive measures you can take to protect yourself and your family. Like every other virus or disease, you can protect yourself just by general cleanliness. You can lessen your chances of actually catching the flu through simply washing your hands after meals and before meals, as well as just washing them often throughout the day entirely. Hand sanitizers, such as products produced by Lysol and Dial, are a great method of prevention. These items can be purchased at your local pharmacies, your supermarkets, and even your doctor's offices can actually hand them out for free sometimes. A great product and a great method of prevention. But it's also important to remember that if you are actually sick, it's best that you stay home and out of the general public. But again, that's best case scenario. And for most of us, we gotta work. So if you do have to go out, other methods of prevention, such as little face shields, are a great way of keeping the spread of germs from happening. These items aren't really famous in other Asian countries and are a great thing to have. So now, another form of prevention, and what actually seems to be the most effective and most recommended prevention method out there, is your annual flu vaccination. Which brings me to my next point. It is very important that you and your family get your annual flu vaccinations. The flu vaccine is prepared from the fluid of chick embryos that have been injected with strands of specific types of the flu vaccination. Every year, federal health agencies get together and decide what the most active strands for the next year could possibly be. These strands are then tested and used to perform the actual flu vaccination for the following year. The flu vaccine is said to prevent up to 70 to 80% of most flu cases in young active adults. Sadly, about 30 to 40% effective on the elderly and younger children due to their lower immune systems and the slower functioning of their bodies and their cell reproduction. The flu vaccine is safe for children. Children as well as adults can and should be immunized at least once a year at their annual checkups prior to the flu season itself. And since the vaccine is created from an inactive strand of virus, you will not get sick from it. Many people claim to be actually ill or feel fatigued or even start getting a little bit of cold-like symptoms after receiving their flu shot. But again, it is made from inactive strands, and regardless, it's better to be prepared and feel safe than not take any chances at all. In conclusion, it is safe to say that everyone will experience the flu at least one time in their life. But at least you can take the steps to proper methods of prevention to stop you and your loved ones from catching the flu. With the knowledge we have today on the influenza virus and the constant studies that take place on new vaccines and new preventive techniques, it's safe to say they will always be available for you and ready for your disposal as needed. In the last few minutes, I discussed exactly what the influenza virus is, different ways and preventive methods that you can take to prevent the cause, to prevent the actual spread and catching of the actual influenza virus, and exactly how important it is for you to receive your annual flu vaccination. Don't let a simple virus like this keep you and your family down. Take the right steps in prevention and help stop the spread and constant spread of the virus. If you have any further questions, please consult your physician for concerns and questions. And thank you for listening, and have a great day.